Hello, good morning. Welcome to the webinar by Recoup. We previously did a version of this for Recoup members. This is a little more open for Recoup members and non-members alike. We estimate it to last around 20 minutes and aim to keep it brief. You will have seen from recent press releases that Recoup have been appointed auditors for the UK for RecyClass certification. The aim of the webinar this morning is to provide a brief explanation of what that means and what the RecyClass certification is. So the agenda for today is briefly outline Recoup's current work on recyclability. We know most of you will be aware of what we do, so we promise we'll keep it short. This will be followed by details of RecyClass and a description of the process and how it can benefit brand owners and pack manufacturers to find the recyclability of their current packaging and receive a certification for this based on UK infrastructure. For those who don't know, Recoup are a membership-based organisation, and a version, as I mentioned before, a version of this presentation has already been provided for members. Recoup membership covers the whole recycling chain, including brand owners, packaging manufacturers, and all aspects of the plastic recycling industry. When designing a new pack using plastic packaging, use of guidelines for recyclability is encouraged. Recoup's version, Recyclability by Design, has been around for a dozen years and continues to be highly regarded. The full technical version of Recyclability by Design is still available to all for download for free from the Recoup website, provides details on how to ensure that plastic packaging is fully recyclable, including sustainable alternatives for some of the issues encountered with the various polymers and packaging types. A summary version of Recyclability by Design has also been produced with the help of the British Plastics Federation. Also, WRAP and the Plastics Pact, which Recoup are a member, help create an easy-to-read design tips version aimed at a non-technical audience who may not be experts in packaging but need to know about recycling principles. Before we begin with RecyClass, we'd like to recap on the pack testing we currently offer as a benefit to members. Recoup continue to run sorting tests at MRFs as an insurance to both brand owners and packaging manufacturers that their pack or item of pack will be correctly sorted. Recoup take sample packaging and review them based on a typical UK system. And obviously a major part of this is the near infrared testing to ensure that the item is recognised by equipment and can proceed through the process of sorting and detection. This, as I said, is a benefit for members. So again, I'm aware that there'll be some non-members on this presentation. Any information you would like on that, or you'd like to talk membership with us, please give us a call. Due to a significant increase in requests for Recoup endorsement of recyclability, the Recoup board recognised the need to bolster our existing support and guidance in this space with official certification. Rather than develop our own system, it was decided to identify, review and develop the most relevant existing system or systems, many of which we've been involved in developing anyway. RecyClass fits those requirements and we're very proud to announcing our agreement with them. With that, I'll hand over to Kate, who will run you through the RecyClass process.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I hope everyone can hear me okay. So I'd just like to start by giving a brief introduction to RecyClass. So RecyClass is an initiative that was set up by Plastic Recyclers Europe. They are an association that represent plastic recyclers across Europe who reprocess plastic waste. It is made up of a management committee, 6 working groups and task forces representing the different industry segments. RecyClass is formed with a technical committee who specialise in individual polymers. Their aim is to achieve higher recycling targets and accomplish circular life for plastics. The initiative focuses on packaging after it has been established that there is a proven collection and sorting stream and looks in more detail at how the pack can behave at a reprocessor. The recyclability guides tend to focus on recyclability of the main component of a pack. So for example, we look at what is best for a bottle or tray for that to be recycled. However, because of targets and the need to increase recyclability of other plastic material, there is also a need to look at the recyclability of a whole pack and each of its components. This is where RecyClass fits, as it concentrates on the recyclability of what we call a retail ready pack. The online assessment and audits are carried out on a whole pack. So where there is a tray with a top film, this can be assessed. However, it is currently not possible to apply RecyClass for film only, as this does not fit with UK infrastructure, although we regard this as work in progress. Recoup were approached by RecyClass to become official auditors for the UK. The audits are in addition to the sorting tests and the RecyClass online tool, which I will cover off shortly. RecyClass provides certification confirming that the pack has been successfully passed collection, sorting and online assessment, and that each component of the pack can be handled at a plastic recycler. Next slide, please. So before any pack can be audited for certification, it has to have passed the basic criteria. A pack must be effectively reprocessed through evidence systems to include made with a plastic that is collected, sorted and aggregated into defined streams, can be processed and reclaimed, and used in the production of new products. Next slide, please. So the RecyClass online tool can be accessed by visiting the RecyClass website. This is available to for anyone to use by creating a login. The tool examines packaging and its components through a series of questions, after which the system will provide the user with a report and a classification for the analysed package. Class A represents the best recyclability of a package, while Class B, C, D and E represent increasingly lower recyclability. For instance, the pack is downgraded due to issues that could affect the quality of the final product. And finally, Class F represents packaging that is not recyclable. After an applicant has used the RecyClass online test, this is when they can contact Recoup to certify that result. For example, if your pack scores an A from the online assessment and you would like to have this result audited and certified, where Recoup have become qualified auditors, and combined with our knowledge of the UK system, we can verify that result and ask RecyClass to certify with a recognised industry accreditation. All results and certificates are confidential and will not be shared by Recoup. Next slide, please. So to summarise that, the pack has met design and technology approval, i.e. MRF tests. The applicant has completed the online self-assessment with RecyClass and received the A to F grading. So it could be perhaps that you have already appointed Recoup to run pack tests in a MRF. You may have already used the RecyClass online assessment and have achieved a good grade, but you can contact us to discuss your individual requirements. For the process of certification, the applicant would send a sample of their pack to Recoup along with any results of online tests they have already done. They would also need to complete a product specification sheet which details the breakdown of the pack. It is important to highlight that all audits carried out by Recoup are approved and authorised by RecyClass before any certificates are produced. We estimate that the process to take approximately 2 weeks, and the cost for certification is £700 plus VAT for non-members and £600 plus VAT for members. Next slide, please. So the benefits of certification. So RecyClass certification is operated through an independent third party who audits the RecyClass online result. So Recoup have completed a series of tests and training to qualify as auditors. RecyClass auditors are available throughout Europe. So where we represent the UK, there are other auditors across Europe that represent each country. RecyClass certification is based on the country that the pack is tested and sold in. All audits and certificates are approved by RecyClass. The certificate is industry recognised and valid for 3 years. The applicant can use the certificate as a promotional or marketing tool. And finally, as mentioned, all audits carried out are confidential and NDAs will be signed. Next slide, please. So from time to time, we come across questions that we don't know the answer to, or more research is required. We continue to work with our network of members to develop our findings and learnings, and the results are used to update guidelines, keeping them relevant and current. Next slide, please. Thank you. So you may have noted that the RecyClass test is for a whole pack. You may be interested to learn of a further new venture where we are working alongside OPRL. This is to test packaging materials for OPRL members to prove recyclability. This initiative has been recently launched by OPRL, and we see this as complementary, and it puts Recoup in a good position to help deliver more recycling. So I'd just finally like to add that this is a fantastic opportunity, and we would encourage everyone to get involved. And please get in touch if you would like to have your pack evaluated or have any questions. That concludes my presentation. I will now hand over to Paul for Q&A. Thank you.
Okay, just to mention that this month should have been, or end of last month actually, should have been the Recoup conference, annual conference. Obviously, with current state of play, that got postponed, and we're doing a bunch of webinars in its place. We've done 4 already. There's another 3 upcoming. So if you have a look at the Recoup website, the next webinar is opportunities and challenges within reuse and refillable strategies, and that's on Thursday, the 8th of October. Following that is plastic resources and recycling innovation and future, and that's on the 20th of October. And the final one is plastic resources and recycling, farming and opportunities and challenges to reduce plastic, and that's on the 19th of November. So as I said, the details of those are on the Recoup website. Okay, just going to have a look at some Q&As. Can you share the slide with the red, amber, green table? That's actually the tables are based are the RecyClass tables. They're available from their website. The RecyClass.eu, I think it is the website address. So yeah, they're all based on that. They do correspond fairly well because we keep a check on it with the tables in the Recoup version, Recyclability by Design. In fact, the tables for film that are in Recyclability by Design were taken from the RecyClass tables anyway. The categories A to F, which of those does the waste management industry accept as being recyclable? Is it A to E? Is it A to C? Waste management industry, obviously at the minute, different counties collect different things. So that's how we sort of fit on the RecyClass platform, because we're looking at the UK and what is accepted and what isn't. So the grades that RecyClass give are basically Europe wide, whereas what we do is tailor that to the UK. So we would consider whether it's collected or not, and what end markets are available, etc., when we're doing the certificate. What is the range of certification? Are there several sizes of exactly the same packaging type? Yeah, as I said, the RecyClass is for whole packs, not pieces of packaging as such. So for information from packaging manufacturers, and as I said, we have quite a few of those who are Recoup members. We talk to them all the time about their new packaging and getting it tested. So if that's what you're interested in, please let us know. If a film, that's a good one. If a film could be recycled through front of store collection, would you consider this part of your service? Yeah, we would. As I said, the RecyClass is about a full pack. So it's not just the film, it's the film and the label that's stuck on it. It's not just the tray, it's the tray and the film. So again, yeah, contact us please, and we'll guide you through it. But yes, because of in the UK, the outlet for film is front of store, then obviously that will be part of the test, that will be part of the answer. Pack certification is not free for members. No, sorry. We did read the costs out earlier. It's 600 for members, 700 for non-members. We do, as you know, run our pack testing for members, which is free for members. where we just analyse the recyclability of a piece of packaging. So we've been doing that for many years, and we'll continue to do that. I have a note from Mr. Vanston. By the way, Recoup membership is great value for money for what the members get. Thank you. Hope it is. Certainly getting more questions on this than what we did the first time we did this. Just sorry, give me a second to read this one. The cost of 700, 600 announced here is different to the one announced by OPRL. Okay, there are two different. Trying to keep them separate because they are. We see them as separate things. There's a RecyClass, which, as I said, is testing the whole pack. The OPRL test that we're working with them on is really about pieces of packaging and seeing how they go through the system. Please clarify the relationship between RecyClass and OPRL. It's not so much that, it's the fact that we have an arrangement with RecyClass and we have an arrangement with OPRL. And as I said, in our opinion, they are completely different. Are we able to email the slides to attendees? Do we do that? Yes. Yes, I'm getting a thumbs up from Bex opposite me. Thank you. As different countries have different waste recovery methods, does that mean that a pack has to be checked separately for each country it's sold in? Yes, that basically is a very easy one to answer. I say that's why we're doing the UK, because some aspects of the UK waste management which don't apply anywhere else, and vice versa. So as I understand it, detectable black will get endorsed as recyclable using the scheme, yet the probability of the material being processed and managed is still extremely low. I think it would, I'll be honest. I'm not sure we've tried any detectable black through the RecyClass tables yet, but I would assume it would go through. If you've got any first to try, then we'll try it. But I don't think we've done that one yet. Do we know if we need to have a certified document to state recyclable to minimise tax? That's I think we've been asked that before. It's not really relevant to this, but we have been asked, is there such a thing as a certification for recycled content, which I think is what you mean. I don't think there is, not one I'm not aware that we're aware of. Do we need to have a document to state recyclable? At the minute, there's not a law that says that you need it, but doesn't mean that might not happen in the future, I think. Can you certify a pack made out of flexible multi-layer PE-based films? Depends what the makeup of it is. Again, if you send some of the details through to us, we'll have a look at it for you. That's from a member anyway, so yes, we can help you with that. Okay, I think we're running out of time a little bit. Can the classifications be made for recycling in non-UK markets? I mentioned that earlier, not in the same way. So RecyClass has auditors for different nations in Europe, and that's how it's handled. So we do the UK one, and others will do the other countries. What's the main difference between OPRL and RecyClass? Again, I think I've mentioned that RecyClass is for complete packs. OPRL is reviewing packaging as such. Sorry, just let me read through some of these, see if I can find something else I can pick out. Do you think this will drive local authorities to improve their collection and sorting facilities? I hope so. Obviously, what Recoup are about is attacking, if that's the right word, or supporting all aspects of the recycling industry and trying to help others to understand exactly how it all works. And LAs and collection and sorting is obviously an important part of that. So it all links together and hopefully it all helps. Is this separate to the physical testing RecyClass does? Yes, as I mentioned, Recoup have been doing testing in the UK for our members for free for quite a while. We can do that. It doesn't necessarily have to lead to a recyclability certification. That's optional. Okay, I've got a question here about Tesco have front of store collection, Aldi does not. Does that mean the same packs will be classed different depending on the retailer? Oh, that's a hard one. I think we have to make a judgment that covers the UK. So just because one store does not have front of store collection, I think we have to make a judgment that says that the majority does. That's a fairly open question, to be honest. I'm not sure I know the answer to that. As I said, we have to make a judgment call as to whether we're including that or not. What labelling is provided to communicate the results to any potential customers? The one from OPRL. Well, again, that's where OPRL and RecyClass are different. I think OPRL is designed to be a communication to the consumer. That is its purpose. RecyClass is an industry acknowledged certification of recyclability for a whole pack. So I'm not aware that that is used as a label on a pack anywhere. I've not seen it, but there's no reason why it couldn't be, I suppose. But as I said, not in the UK anyway. The OPRL is the UK UK recognised label for recyclability. So if we use the RecyClass symbol, could this cause issues for non-localised packaging? I think that's more or less the same as the question I've just answered, isn't it? So yeah, OPRL is a recognised symbol in the UK. What happens if a finding is disputed? Is there a referee? As I said, we're recognised auditors in the UK, so I hope we would referee ourselves. Okay, that's got through the questions. Thank you for attending today. If you need a copy of the slides, as I say, this will be sent out to attendees afterwards. And thank you very much for your time.